Mr. Chairman, honorable members on the panel, distinguished members of the audience, friends. On the occasion of the Golden Jubilee of the ICSSR, I have pleasure in extending felicitations to the director, to the chairman and member secretary and the functionaries of the organization, and also the vast intellectual segment of our civil society that has a stake in the academic activities of this prestigious organization. The past achievements are in place. Achievements of ICSSR are in place, while its future beckons for achievements of highest excellence. It's a matter of pride for me that Honorable Vice President of India could spare a few minutes of his precious time to release my book on this occasion, along with other books published by ICSSR. I owe my gratitude to His Excellency. The volume, comprising 10 studies on the history and politics of Kashmir, has seen the light of the day only because of sustained prompting I received from Professor Malhotra, Member Secretary of ICSSR. Not only that, after going through the final draft of the book, he graciously offered to write its foreword. Which indeed has enhanced its value. Thank you for that, sir. Kashmir has been passing through intermittent political upheavals ever since a national freedom movement was launched in our country at the beginning of the 20th century. Through many cataclysmic decades, some national achievements were made, though unfortunately some blunders were also committed. These need to be set right, and that can be done only through democratic dispensation. This is precisely what the Indian state and the Indian nation are doing and have been doing, despite innumerable challenges in the way. Those who had borrowed the federal model of the now defunct Soviet Union carried with it the strong element of the might of the state, which has been almost alien to the Indian ethos. India is a civilizational Leviathan. Those who know political science understand what Leviathan is. It's a civilizational Leviathan. A plethora of historical material has been produced on contemporary Kashmir. It has its utility. However, in a broad sweep of recounting the events of history of the region, I am speaking of the region, many intriguing questions and riddles are glossed over by the historians. The reason is that in post-independence India, disinterested historiography came to be disfigured by emotionally charged ideological brushwork. The attempted metamorphosis shadowed the true identity of Indians. The identity clash is reflected in the ongoing parliamentary elections also. In our country. Though this clash has taken a different pattern in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Friends, Kashmir narrative would have been different if the ideological bankruptcy had not tempted the then Kashmir leadership to blindly import and apply the features of the constitution of the then Central Asian Republic of Uzbekistan. National conferences, which has been the traditional political party in J&K state, national conferences, Kashmir Manifesto, much touted Kashmir Manifesto of 1946, 45, 46 was a crude replication of the constitution of Uzbekistan. I may add that those who are conversant with history, for Uzbeks, Changiz Khan and Taimur are the icons, whereas for us Indians, Buddha and Nanak are the icons. You can understand the difference. Instead of adopting the linear design of recording the events of Kashmir history, I opted for selecting 10 specific topics. The name of the book is 10 Studies. So I selected 10 specific topics crucial to contemporary history and politics of the state. This provided me with space for in-depth study and analysis in given areas. Knowing that there is no final word on judging the history of a people, I yet believe that this study will give some food for thought to the younger generation of our historians of future times. And they will come to know the undercurrents of various aspects of Kashmirian life and society. Present circumstances demand that untold facts of Kashmir history, past and present, are uncovered for the benefit of the younger generation of researchers. I must remind our young and budding Kashmirologists. I use the word Kashmirologist because everybody now pretends to be an expert on Kashmir. That from ancient to the present day, and remember, Kashmir Kingdom's history starts 6,000 years ago. From ancient times to present day, the geographical region now known as Jammu and Kashmir, previously in our scriptures it is called Kashmir Mandala, but now after 1846 it came to be known as Jammu and Kashmir. The actual name which is recorded in the accounts of Dogra Kingdom, Gulab Nama of Maharaja Gulab Singh, is Riyasat Jammu Kashmir wa Tibbat wa Ladakh Ha. This is the proper nomenclature. And now it has shrunk down to Kashmir. Now this has been very strategically sensitive reason, not today, even from ancient times. King Lalitaditya of 9th century had to carry out an expedition in Central Asia, right up to Samarkand, right up to Tibet, because of the recurrent hordes from Central Asia attacking Kashmir. We forgot that history, and we are in trouble today. So it has been a sensitive region. Not to speak of ancient and medieval times, more recently, this region came under the focus of the planners of great game in Central Asia in mid-19th century. I need not go into the details of great game. That great game is being played today even. Don't forget that. And that's what I have said in the first chapter of the book. That plan is at the root of Kashmir issue. I do not find any relent in that plan even today, and the future bodes no better, since a new actor that is both politically and economically very powerful is stalking the region with covetous designs. I mean China. I thank the distinguished audience for having spared your precious time to be with us in this function. I'm also beholden to so many functionaries of ICSSR who contributed to my academic pursuit in one way or other. Particularly, I'm beholden to Madam Revatish Vishwanath, to whom I have been telephoning often, day in and day out, about the progress of the book. I thank her. I also thank the publishers for bringing out this book with attractive get-up. Thank you very much.